I'm afraid to speak, but more afraid to keep living this lie. When I talk, I won't ask for understanding, only for presence. The silence has been screaming longer than I have. Let me speak. I want to blame, but to stop the slow bleeding. The weight of what's unsaid is crushing me. I need you to listen. I'm ready to break the silence, even if it breaks us first. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. I'm scared this conversation will burn bridges, but silence is already setting fire to us. My heart trembles under the weight of words I can no longer hold back. I'm done folding my truth into whispers. It's time for it to roar. This silence is a wound. Can you feel how deeply it bleeds between us? I want to talk, but the fear of losing you keeps choking my voice. Every word I swallow tightens the chains around my soul's desperate plea. I'm balancing on the edge of confession and collapse. Choose to catch me. The truth I carry is fragile glass. One careless word will shatter us. I'm not quiet because I'm okay. I'm quiet because I'm breaking inside. We're haunted by words we never said. I want to set them free. This talk will either save us or leave us broken, but silence will kill us. I'm trembling because this conversation will open wounds or finally start healing. I want to speak, but I'm terrified my truth. My truth will push you away. I'm holding secrets heavier than mountains. I need to unload them with you. Silence has been our mask, but I'm ready to face the raw face beneath. Every unspoken word between us is a crack in our foundation. I'm afraid to speak because the truth feels like a slow-burning flame. This conversation is a sacred reckoning. Are you ready to meet me there? I want to talk, not to accuse, but to unclench the fists between us. The weight of what I haven't said is a silent scream inside my chest. This talk is the last chance to save what's left. The silence between us is louder than any battle cry I could make. I'm afraid my words will hurt you, but silence has already cut deeper. This moment demands honesty, even if it feels like tearing apart my own skin. I'm ready to speak my truth, raw and trembling, even if it scares you. Behind my quiet is a storm of confessions I'm finally ready to release. The hardest part isn't speaking. It's surviving the silence that follows. I want to talk, not to win, but to finally understand and be understood. I'm scared this conversation will break us, but silence has been breaking me. I'm holding back a confession that feels like a wound reopening slowly. The space between our words is a battlefield. Let's lay down arms tonight. I want to talk, but fear the distance it may carve between us. My silence is a fortress, but I'm ready to tear down the walls. I'm trembling because this talk could either heal or shatter everything we've built. I want to speak, but the truth feels heavier than I can carry alone. There's a sacred terror in these unspoken words. Let's face them together. I'm afraid my voice will tremble, but my heart can't keep hiding. This silence is a wound that won't heal unless we bleed through it. I'm holding words like fragile flames, ready to light the dark or burn it down. I want to talk, not to blame, but to unclench this tight silence. My quiet hides storms I'm ready to unleash if you listen without fear. The weight of silence is crushing. Let me breathe life into broken truths. I'm scared to speak, but silence has been a slow poison I can't endure. This talk is a crossroads. Choose truth or keep walking through shadows alone. I'm trembling because this moment demands honesty, raw and unflinching. I want to talk before the silence becomes a chasm too wide to cross. The truth I carry will crack open wounds or build fragile bridges. Afraid this conversation will change us forever, but so will silence. My silence is not peace. It's the echo of fear and unspoken longing. I want to speak, even if my voice breaks like a fragile glass. I'm ready to release the words I've held prisoner in my quiet heart. This conversation will either save us or bury what's left in silence. I'm trembling because the weight of truth is heavier than my fears. The silence between us hums louder than any battle cry I could make. I'm afraid to speak, but more afraid to let silence kill us. The moment demands honesty. I'm ready to bare my soul's raw edges. I want to talk, not to accuse, but to finally be heard and seen. I'm holding secrets that could shatter or heal us, ready to share them. Silence has been our shield, but I'm ready to lower my guard. I'm trembling because this talk is the last thread between breaking or healing. I want to speak my truth, even if it tears the fragile piece apart. The weight of unsaid words presses heavy. Let me finally set them free. I'm holding words like fragile embers, ready to either ignite or burn everything down. This silence is a slow poison. I want to breathe truth before it consumes us. I want to talk, but my fear wraps my tongue chains. Every unspoken word is a ghost between us, haunting our quiet. I'm trembling because this conversation carries the weight of all we've buried. The truth I carry isn't safe, but silence feels like drowning. I want to speak, even if it fractures the fragile calm we cling to. My silence has been a fortress. Now I'm ready to tear down the walls. I'm afraid the truth will push you away, but silence has already done that. This moment demands honesty, raw and relentless. Can you meet me there? I'm holding secrets like sharp glass, too dangerous to hide, too painful to show. I want to talk, not to blame, but to stop the bleeding inside. Weight of everything unsaid. Silence is not peace. It's a battlefield where love slowly dies. I want to talk before silence becomes our last goodbye. My quiet hides storms I'm ready to unleash if you listen. The words I've held back are anchors dragging us into darkness. I'm afraid to speak, but more afraid to keep living this lie. This conversation could save us or break us, but silence will kill us. I'm trembling because what I must say feels like fire and flood. I want to speak my truth, even if it burns fragile bridges. My silence isn't peace. It's the echo of fear and longing. The truth I carry is a fragile flame, ready to light or burn. I want to talk, not to fight, but to finally be heard. I want to confront it. Bends us. I want to confront it. I'm afraid the truth will shatter us, but silence is already breaking. This moment is a reckoning. Choose healing or let the silence win. I want to speak, trembling but ready to be truly seen. The silence between us screams louder than any battle cry. I'm holding back confessions that feel like wounds reopening. This talk will either save us or leave scars we can't heal. I want to talk before the silence becomes a canyon too wide. My heart trembles with words I'm finally ready to release. I'm afraid to speak, but silence has been a slow poison. The truth I carry is both a wound and a key. I want to talk, not to accuse, but to unclench tight fists. Silence has been our shield, but I'm ready to lower it. I'm trembling because this moment demands raw, unflinching honesty. The weight of unsaid words presses heavy. I need to set them free. I want to speak, even if my voice shakes with truth's weight. This silence is a wound that won't heal unless we bleed. I'm holding words like fragile flames, ready to light or burn. I want to talk, not to blame, but to unclench this silence. My quiet is a battleground where my soul fights to be heard. Trembling because this talk carries the weight of everything unsaid. I want to speak, even if my voice trembles with rawness. The space between us is filled with ghosts of unspoken words. I am afraid to speak, but silence has become the loudest pain. This conversation could save or shatter what little remains. I'm ready to break the silence, even if it means breaking myself. I want to talk, not to blame, but to unclench tight silence. The weight of what I hold inside is crushing me. I need to speak. I'm trembling because this moment demands truth, raw and unflinching. Silence has been our mask, but I'm ready to face truth beneath. I want to speak my truth, even if it breaks fragile peace. The unsaid words are cracks threatening to split us apart. I'm afraid to speak, but silence has cut deeper than blades. This moment is sacred, a choice to heal or let silence win. I want to talk, but to finally be understood. My silence isn't peace. The echo of fears I can't voice. I'm trembling because this conversation could save or end all we know. I want to speak, even if my voice shakes with truth's weight. The silence between us is louder than any scream I could make. I'm ready to break this silence before it breaks us. This talk is the last thread holding together what's left of us. I want to speak my truth, raw and trembling, even if it scares you. I'm afraid my words will hurt, but silence has cut deeper. The weight of what's unsaid is a silent scream inside. I want to talk, not to win, but to understand and be understood. I'm trembling because this conversation will open wounds or heal. I'm done folding my truth into whispers. It's time to roar. Silence has been our shield, but I'm ready to lower my guard. I want to speak, even if my voice shakes with truth. The unsaid words between us are cracks threatening to split us. I'm afraid to speak, but silence has cut deeper than blades. This moment is sacred, a choice to heal or let silence win. I want to talk, not to fight, but to be understood. My dear, some silences aren't empty. They're loaded with everything I'm too scared to say. I carry a storm behind my quiet. The words you need weigh heavier than air. If I break, don't blame me. Blame the words I swallowed whole, too afraid to speak. There's a truth between us, suffocating, waiting for a breath of courage. I want to talk, but fear has locked my voice in a cage of shadows. When I say nothing, hear the loudest scream your heart has never understood. The gravity of unspoken pain bends us. Let's confront it before we shatter. You think it's small, but this silence is a canyon too wide to cross. I'm trembling not from weakness, but because what I must say feels like fire. Behind every pause is 1,000 battles fought in the dark, unsaid. This conversation could save us, or finish us, but I can't keep pretending. I'm not hiding. I'm waiting for the right moment to dismantle my walls. What I need to say will change everything. Are you ready to listen? Speak first, or I'll carry this secret alone until it breaks me. The weight of my silence isn't peace. It's a slow unraveling of us. I don't want to lose you, but silence is already carving the distance. I'm afraid the truth will burn, but it's the only light I have left. Some words are weapons, others fragile lifelines. I'm holding both in trembling hands. When I finally speak, know it's not anger. It's the last thread of hope. I want to talk. Not to fight, but to lay bare what's been buried too long. There's a sacredness in this moment, a choice to either heal or destroy. I'm drowning beneath the surface of my own words, waiting for you to dive in. What's left unspoken is a poison. I want to flush it out with truth. I fear this conversation will be the end, unless it becomes our beginning. The silence between us hums louder than any scream I could make. I am not asking for answers, only the courage to be truly seen. My quiet is a storm. When it breaks, everything will flood. We're standing on a fragile line. One word could save or sever. You deserve my truth, no matter how raw or broken it sounds. I'm holding back a confession that feels like a wound reopening. This talk isn't just needed, it's survival for what's left of us. Don't mistake my calm for peace. It's a battlefield beneath the surface. I want to talk, but fear my words will shatter what's barely held. The space between our silences is a wilderness I'm desperate to cross. I've been rehearsing this moment in my mind. Now it's time to speak. My heart is a vault, and tonight I'm ready to unlock it. I'm scared you won't hear the urgency beneath my quiet. Some truths don't whisper. They demand to be screamed into the void. The weight of what I need to say will crack the walls we built. I want to talk, not to blame, but to finally be understood. This conversation will leave scars, or scars will form in silence. I'm afraid the truth is heavier than the love we still carry. I'm holding words like fragile glass, too sharp to break, too necessary to hide. This is serious. I'm teetering on the edge of breaking or healing. I want to talk before the silence becomes our last goodbye. You think I'm fine, that I'm unraveling in the shadows of my thoughts. I'm afraid to lose you, but more afraid to lose myself in silence. There's a sacred terror in this moment, but it's where we must meet. The truth I carry is both a wound and a key. I'm ready to speak, even if my voice shakes with the weight. Sometimes, the loudest words are the ones left unsaid until now. I'm trying to find the courage to put my broken pieces into words. This is serious. Every word I say is a fracture or a foundation. I'm waiting for you to meet me halfway in this quiet battle. I want to talk, not to fix, but to feel less alone. The truth between us is a raw, sacred scar begging for light. My silence was never peace. It was the echo of everything I feared. I'm holding my breath, hoping you're ready to dive into this darkness. This talk is a reckoning. I can't keep pretending we're okay. I'm scared, but staying silent would be the true heartbreak. What I need to say might hurt, but silence will destroy us both. I want to talk, not to fight, but to stop the bleeding inside. I'm balancing on the edge of saying everything or saying nothing, forever. Behind my quiet eyes is a storm I can no longer contain. This moment is a crossroads. The hardest talk is the one that could save or shatter us. I'm trembling because this conversation carries the weight of our unraveling. I'm ready to speak my truth, even if it breaks the fragile piece. I want to talk, because silence has become our loudest lie. There's a sacred pain in this moment. We can either own it or drown. My quiet is a battleground where my soul fights to be heard. I'm holding words like fragile flames, ready to light or burn us. This talk is the last thread between falling apart or holding on.